I'm a realist artist and I paint. Realist comes from the word realism. The subjects that I paint look almost 100% like a copy of what I see. This whole realism movement began during the Renaissance, during the 15th century. Science allowed artists and sculptors to see the world in a more representational point of view. The pioneers of this movement were your old masters like Michelangelo, Leonardo, Brunelleschi, Caravaggio. Later, the French saw what the Italians were doing, so they started traveling to Italy to learn this craft. And it was about 200 years later, the French brought it to a whole new level. Ateliers and salons were formed and programs were conceived of. It was also a time when art students began to rebel this academic way of learning, thus bringing about Impressionism, which eventually led to Modernism and the decline of this foundational way of learning and teaching art. There's so much of modern art around. The reason why I choose to do what I do is because I believe in this foundational way of learning. And it is my wish to preserve it. At some point, yes, I may branch off and do abstractionism, but for now, realism is here to stay. I wanted to learn art, and I wanted to learn art from scratch. And the program allowed me to start from scratch. The first year at the academy is all about drawing, and then we move on to painting en grisaille, meaning two tones, black and white, and then finally in the third year to full color. This stresses how important drawing is, because when you're painting, you need to know how to draw. If your drawing is sound, your painting is solid. Why did I choose art? It's something that I was supposed to do long ago, but I never quite addressed it. Living in Singapore, art wasn't an option. When I was growing up, you were either a business person or a doctor or a lawyer or something, one of those. But during my time, art was not an option. That's why the thought never came across my mind to be an artist. My journey to Italy is completely self-funded. I mean, I wrote to several government and art-related organizations, but they were all rejected. And I really wanted to do this. So initially, I used all my savings to get me here. And subsequently, from exhibitions and commissions, I made just enough to get by. So my goal ultimately is to be able to get my work out there so that I can get more commissions, so that I'll be able to pay bills, travel and paint around the world, and who knows, maybe to even inspire a new generation of realist painters. I just decided it's now or never. I have nothing holding me back. There was nothing to tie me down, and I said, let's do it.